You won't believe what just happened to Liv Morgan on live television, and WWE is in absolute damage control mode right now. This wardrobe malfunction has the entire wrestling world exploding, and if you think WWE handled this correctly, you need to watch until the very end because what they did next will make your blood boil. Hit that like button right now if you're already furious about how WWE treats their female superstars, and smash subscribe because we're exposing everything they don't want you to see. The incident happened during what should have been a routine match, but within seconds, social media went into complete meltdown. Liv Morgan, one of WWE's most beloved and hardworking superstars, experienced every performer's worst nightmare in front of millions of viewers worldwide. And here's what makes this absolutely infuriating: this wasn't just bad luck. This was a preventable disaster that raises serious questions about how WWE prepares and protects their talent. Let me break down exactly what went wrong, because the mainstream wrestling media isn't telling you the full story. They're protecting WWE's image while Liv Morgan is left to deal with the aftermath and the disgusting comments flooding social media. Where was wardrobe? Where were the protocols? Where was the immediate response team that should have cut away instantly? Liv was executing a high-impact move when her attire failed. Now, before we go further, let's be absolutely clear, this is not about Liv Morgan. This woman is a professional who has worked her entire career to be taken seriously as an athlete and entertainer. She's overcome injuries, she's climbed from the bottom to become women's world champion, and she deserves respect. What happened was a technical failure, pure and simple. But WWE's response? That's where this story gets absolutely outrageous. The camera operators kept rolling for several seconds before finally cutting away. Several seconds. In live television, that's an eternity. The production truck had multiple angles, multiple options, yet viewers at home and in the arena witnessed this malfunction continue while WWE's multi-million-dollar production team seemingly froze. This is the same company that can execute perfect camera cuts during complex spots, that can seamlessly transition between backstage segments and ring action, but in a moment of actual crisis? Nothing. And here's what makes this even more infuriating: this isn't the first time. WWE has a history of wardrobe malfunctions with their female performers. Remember Paige? Remember Charlotte? The list goes on. Yet instead of implementing stricter quality control, better materials, and emergency protocols, WWE continues to put their women in increasingly revealing and complex ring gear without proper safety measures. It's 2024, and we're still dealing with this? Comment below right now, do you think WWE does enough to protect their female superstars? Because I'm betting most of you are thinking the same thing I am, and it's not good. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you even doing? Hit that button because we're not afraid to call out WWE when they mess up. The immediate aftermath was handled terribly. While Liv Morgan, being the absolute professional she is, tried to continue the match and maintain composure, you could see the panic in her eyes. The referee didn't immediately call for assistance. Commentary tried to play it off like nothing happened, which is almost more insulting than addressing it directly. And the worst part? Within minutes, clips were circulating on every social media platform imaginable. Now let's talk about WWE's official response, or should I say their lack of response. Hours went by. Then a full day. And what did we get? A generic corporate statement about reviewing our wardrobe procedures. That's it. No personal apology to Liv Morgan. No acknowledgement of the production team's failure. No concrete steps outlined to prevent this from happening again. Just corporate speak designed to make the problem disappear without actually taking responsibility. You know what really grinds my gears about this situation? WWE will spend millions on pyrotechnics, LED boards, and elaborate entrance sets, but they can't invest in quality wardrobe materials and proper safety testing? They'll hire dozens of writers for storylines that get changed at the last minute, but they don't have a dedicated wardrobe emergency protocol? The priorities here are completely backwards. Let's talk about the double standard for a second, because this is important. When a male superstar has a wardrobe malfunction, it's either ignored entirely or becomes a funny moment that fans laugh about. Remember when Big E's singlet split? It became a meme. But when it happens to women, it becomes a viral moment for all the wrong reasons. The comments section becomes toxic. Screenshots get shared inappropriately. And the superstar has to deal with the psychological impact of having her worst professional moment broadcast to the world. Liv Morgan's social media went into lockdown immediately after the incident. Can you blame her? The amount of disrespectful, disgusting comments that probably flooded her mentions is sickening. This is a woman who shows up every single week, puts her body on the line, connects with fans, and works harder than most people on the roster. And this is how she's treated when equipment fails? It's absolutely disgraceful. Here's what WWE should have done, and listen closely because this is what accountability actually looks like. First, immediately cut to a wide shot or backstage segment the instant the malfunction occurred. Second, issue a statement within the hour acknowledging the equipment failure and apologizing to Liv Morgan publicly. Third, announce a comprehensive review of all ring attire with independent testing. Fourth, implement a mandatory emergency response protocol for production teams. And fifth, offer Liv Morgan time off if needed to recover from what is undoubtedly an emotionally traumatic experience. But did they do any of that? Of course not. Because WWE operates under this mentality that if they ignore problems long enough, the wrestling news cycle will move on to the next controversy. And you know what? They're right, because fans have short memories and WWE knows it. That's why we need to keep talking about this, keep demanding better, and keep holding them accountable. If you're still watching, drop a comment telling me if you think Triple H and the new WWE regime are really any different from the Vince McMahon era when it comes to treating talent with respect. Because from where I'm sitting, this looks like the same old WWE playbook: protect the company image at all costs, even if it means throwing your performers under the bus. The wrestling community's response has been mixed, and that's part of the problem. Some fans are rightfully outraged and demanding change. Others are making jokes and sharing clips like this is entertainment. It's not entertainment. This is a human being experiencing a humiliating moment through no fault of her own. Have we lost all sense of empathy? Have we become so desensitized to treating wrestlers as content rather than people? Liv Morgan will likely return to television soon, because that's what professionals do. She'll smile, she'll perform, and she'll probably never publicly discuss how this affected her because that's what WWE expects. But we shouldn't forget. We shouldn't let WWE sweep this under the rug. Every time we let these incidents pass without demanding accountability, we're telling WWE that their current standards are acceptable. And they're not. Like this video right now, if you stand with Liv Morgan and every female superstar who deserves better from WWE. And share this everywhere because WWE needs to see that fans are paying attention and we're not okay with this. The broader issue here is WWE's treatment of women's wrestling in general. Yes, they've made progress. Yes, women main event pay-per-views now. Yes, they get more time and better storylines. But when it comes to the basics like safe, properly tested ring gear, they're failing. When it comes to protecting their performers from preventable embarrassment, they're failing. Progress in one area doesn't excuse regression in another. This incident should be a wake-up call. WWE needs to invest in their wardrobe department, implement rigorous testing standards, train production crews for emergency scenarios, and create a culture where performer safety and dignity comes first. Not ratings, not viral moments, not corporate image, performer welfare. So here's my challenge to everyone watching: don't let this story die. Keep demanding answers. Keep supporting Liv Morgan. Keep holding WWE accountable. Because if we don't, this will happen again to another talented performer who deserves better. Subscribe to WWE Reporter if you want a channel that won't sugarcoat WWE's failures and will always put the performers first. Like if you agree that WWE needs to do better. And comment with your thoughts because I want to hear from every single one of you. Liv Morgan, if you somehow see this, you handled an impossible situation with grace and professionalism. The fans have your back, and we won't forget this.